Alright, still, we will try to make it work. We kill Junji. I think this is a really good play. So we kill it. Unfortunately, we double spell. Let's go for Hostile Investigator. Provides a lot of pressure, gets us card advantage, and we will get even more card. Man, we are literally outvaluing full memory deluge there. I think we go with Junji, right? How much does it give? It's a 4-3, so it's not enough. They need more. And killing Mono Red with Junji, the Midnight Sky, is something to live for. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and guys, we will be brief because I'm so excited to showcase today's video to you. We are going full discard mode, Liliana, Hostile Investigator, and finally, Junji the Midnight Sky. You will see it in the games, and it's devastating, especially when your opponent cannot counter it. So it has to go into battlefield, and it has to die, either by your go for the throat on your opponent. So we are going absolutely all in on the discard. Alright guys, let's go into games. I'm so excited so we can see it. Please comment below because I want to know how you enjoyed it. Have fun guys. Alright, this is a very clogged hand. Alright, let's see if we actually will get mana screwed on top. So if that's a mana screw, this is kind of force loss, you know? Well, we lost. I hope you enjoyed this game. This was a great game. Not only we did absolutely nothing, but we also had to flip Celestus because we couldn't play spells. Alright, if we miss one turn, there might be a chance. I don't think it will work, but we have to start playing our spells and see how good of a draw our opponent had. Alright, they might be playing Memory Door, so I think this might be the reason nothing happened. At least we force them to either sweep the board or discard 2 cards, so it's as good as it gets. And it's a lot of damage, right? So they kinda need to react. You know what? Here I don't even mind it. Just give me mana. Of course, we still have the same mana and we don't need more than 2 black colors, but you know, like I'm not using Mirrex. Like I need to have my power plays every turn to even have a hope of recovering. I honestly don't think we can win after this, but we'll try. So our opponent is very aggressively cycling. Listen, if we can sneak Liliana, there might be a chance. So obviously they wanted to double flip, which gives them extremely good hand for the next turn, but it completely butchered this turn. Alright, this is a nice one. I really think we have a chance now, you know? Like, with this tap, he absolutely lost the whole control over the game. I'm not sure if that was worth it. So we probably attack, double exile Farewell. Don't forget we have Deadly Cover-Up, so if you want to extract something from his deck, we actually care what we exile, but a Farewell is okay, I don't mind it. That was something, wasn't it? Yeah, I think they have White March. So, we definitely start with Lily, and we see what happens. We have good card to discard with Go for the Throat. Good. With Liliana, there is a chance, and we are not going for Cavern of Souls yet, because then he will realize that his counter spells are way weaker than he expects. So we play it after he makes this. See? This is such a bad deal for him that he just realized he doesn't even want it. Alright, I mean, to be honest, I will go well, it's... Hostile Investigator is insanely good. Yeah, let's go for Hostile Investigator. Which one is the most perplexing? I think we go Rogue, right? Yeah. That's fine. That was your last your go. He's legit. I took a while, but I wanted to make sure that, you know, we have the correct plays. Like, we are already insanely behind by the Shuffler. Fortunately, we lost completely 1 turn, not more. So there might be a chance. Let's go for black mana, because reasons. Like, you know, it gives our opponent something to think about. 2 mana with black. Something that, you know, if he wants to main phase Emperor or something and make a token, he needs to think about it. You know, not a big deal, but why not? Why not? Alright, so... do we need more than 4 mana? I honestly think we need to keep pressuring his hand super hard. And I think we'll draw a land at some point, so we don't need to... Like, we need one spell a turn. We won't get higher than this. Alright, then we attack, see if there's reaction. Don't forget this is a lot of damage. Like, it really starts to stack. I mean, you know, those exiles don't really matter, but he could have devious cover-up, so, you know, or witness the future, so theoretically, no downside to it. Alright, if they discarded Sunfall, this is okay card, so there is a chance they have more. I think we start with the first short. This will be a sacrificial Sheoldred. It will die in some way. Yep, but at least we keep the pressure, right? No way he has to... Alright, you know what? This didn't do much. Helix is okay, it prevents the ultimate, but we can still destroy their hand, which is our main idea for the matchup, basically. Listen, we are going with it. We need to get them to 0, and Gluton is absolutely great at getting your opponent to 0 cards. And see, we are starting to get better and better cards. Honestly, I might just skip this. And definitely this, and let's go for Helix. It's a night time, right? So I don't think our opponent is making progress here. I could play Shelly. And the worst case is Memory Deluge at the end step, right? If they tap out, we are in a very good spot because we can go Investigator for possibly their last card. If they play a land, I think they will have enough. Yep, that's something I kinda feared, but if we didn't do anything, they could still do it. So no, it's not the biggest deal. Like, this is just a good card. Alright, here's the Fairy. Interesting. I guess they... Let's see. It feels they want to untap. But that means they are losing their last card. They might play the Emperor or something, but it's fine. That means we can absolutely go into it.
You won't be outsmarting.
Alright. Is that a land? That means they cannot target the Gluton because it has ward. I think we go Investigator. So this will draw them cards. So we go for the... I mean, I could kill the Emperor fully, but that gives them extra card with the Fairy. But you know what? We can deal with cards, so let's go for it. Alright, they can make a blocker. So we are just getting one loyalty, and then they can exile the Gluton. But they will still lose the Emperor. I think it's okay. Let's go Emperor 3 steps ahead. Yep. But that means that we still kill Emperor, just in a different way, while losing Gluton. We could go Investigator to keep up the pressure, which is nice. With Junji, I think it's worth it. Let's go. Unfortunately, our opponent doesn't discard, so we are not getting our sweet 3 for 1, but I really think we need to keep up the pressure, because Gluton will probably die. So, one of the cards, probably this will go to discard, to Gluton, and the new card he selected will just, you know, stay. He might draw a Sunfall. He already used all the farewells from his deck, most likely. Alright, see, he is killing his own Teferi just to draw more cards. Which is very, very nice for us. He can tap Investigator and kill it without the, you know, being forced to discard. Alright. That's not very good. I think we might even go for Liliana. Oh man, this is actually a very good draw. I don't want to discard on this turn. Yeah, I think we go with this. I want to keep, you know, loyalty on Liliana. The best case is 3 steps ahead, because it's 5 mana and they can draw some cards. Alright, so... I think we just go with Teferi. This is the card. Let's go this and this. Man, we are good at exiling, you know, stuff. And we are fighting for those planeswalkers. Man, if we go for okay. Like, we cannot hit this if that's an instant. Are you serious? Oh my god, this is so good. Are you serious? Well, that was our whole plan of discarding stuff. Well, this is insanely good top deck. Alright, that reversed us like 5 turns in our progress. So I can discard one of the cards, and then we lose Junji, which is not great. If they have Sunfall, they still protected. We can get the clue though. I'm sorry, Junji. You know I love you. But we are guaranteed to get the clue. And that means we basically didn't lose a card and our opponent did. So I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I'm happy the farewells are probably used, unless he's absolute medlat and he plays like 3 or 4 farewells in his deck. I think that should be all of them. He discarded 2 early game. 1 Sunfall, so he has probably 2 or 3 more Sunfalls, right? I didn't see lockdowns so far. Alright, trying to keep Emperor in play. He probably wants to Memory Douche because he knows we cannot kill him. Do I want to get the clue? Listen, if I... No, I will probably draw 1 land. Let's go. I cannot risk that I might not hit what gives me value, you know? This is an interesting draw. Right, so what do we want to go for? When we attack, he needs to tap out fully, because he wants Memory Douche, right? Alright, so we will get it. He will definitely not waste this. We can only use 1. So we are going with the warded creature on the Emperor, because it's way harder to interact with. Hostile Investigator is just kinda easy to kill. Alright. Of course we go this, and we force him to react. He will cast it, I think. Yep, here we go. Even though we didn't exile it, this is good for us that we force him into full tap, and now he has nothing, you know, to react on this turn. That means we can go this into this. Man, I tell you, Farewell is a really good deal. And now we get Hostile Investigator. Man, we are literally trying to outvalue a Memory Douche control deck. And so far we are doing nice, but this Memory Douche really put him way, you know, higher on the power curve than he should be. Alright, I think he's kinda desperate to prevent the ultimate. I think this was the only way he can do it. Yep. But that means he is falling very behind on the rest of the game. And he still didn't kill Liliana. We absolutely activated. You can see that we are actually outvaluing this deck, man. This is really crazy. Alright. I could kill Zurgo. I could do it. With Virtue. Alright, we need to think. This is really important. I also don't want to double spell on this turn. I really want one thing. If I kill it, I want to exile it probably. It's not a big deal, I guess. Yeah, we kinda have to go with it. We also have Arena, right? With Arena we are guaranteed to get some extra value. Alright, we swing. We do a full swingy. Alright, Zurgo, that deals extra damage, and let's go for the Emperor. I mean, this is a lot of damage. He is dead on the next turn. Let's play the land. I'm considering Trespasser. If he goes for something like a Sunfall, we probably will get Virtue on the next turn, but I'm not sure if that... So we can either try to go all in and try to kill him in the next turn. If he Sunfalls, that means we stay with Arena and we probably hit a land for Virtue of Persistence. And then we can start reanimating stuff, so it's not the worst. He didn't exile this, he got rid of Farewell, so I think it's okay. And it's our first spell, right? So this is a very risky play. Maybe we should go for extra damage here, honestly. Oh, but I only have Junji and the target for Junji because I assume this, all of this will get exiled. So let's not do it. I don't care, whatever. Alright. I'm not sure if that's a won game yet. We'll see. It really depends on our opponent's hand right now. So he has the Sunfall, good for him. So he had the best possible answer yet again, which isn't, you know, perfect for us. But Path of the Dead. You know, we need to switch it up a little bit. So we have this uncountable, or we go Virtue of Persistence. Honestly, I think this is a really good deal. Also, we can force him to activate. Well, if he activates it for the next turn, we can use Virtue, which is nice. It's uncountable, right? Did I do it right? Yeah, it is a detective. It should be. Oh my god, he's so good at magic. Man, this value never ends. Alright, alright, alright. We'll try to work through it, but man, the frustrating part is that if he didn't draw Memory Douche at any point when he did, he was like in 1-2 turns out of the game, and every time is Memory Douche and he refills everything. Like, man, we discarded so many cards this game. I'm super happy he activated this. That means I can use mana at the end step and then go Virtue of Persistence, and he probably doesn't want to answer it. Alright, I probably would love a Liliana. Can I get Liliana, please? Alright, not Liliana. But it's fine, it's fine. Alright, let's go. Unfortunately, I will double spell on this turn, probably. He might kill it in response with like Helix, but that will cost him the card. Oh man, he's really going for it, which is absolutely fair. Man, he just doesn't whiff ever. Like, you would think that having some random cards is, you know, not good enough sometimes, but for this guy it always is. It's really hard to play against this. Alright, I think we go Investigator attack, because this is an artifact, of course, so we cannot really do much. It's still good for him, honestly. And he can counter it, but he cannot be so good at magic to have another one. I think it's already like 3 counter spells or what? Yep, exactly 3. Alright. I wanted to make sure this resolves, because that could affect my decision making. Of course they won't go to 1, right? So this is better against the Sunfall a little bit, so it gives them 1/1 token instead of a 3/3. And if they kill Junji in any other way than a full exile effect, which is probably only Sunfall in their deck and maybe some Marches, which cost 6 mana, so super expensive, right? This is unfortunate, but they will get this trigger. Still, they have 2 cards. If they kill it in any way, they get to 0 cards, because we can use the Junji. Alright, Edict. Edict, oh man, this would be so much better earlier. But we'll go with it. That is a lot of damage. Please don't Emperor. We will use Go for the Throat if they Emperor. Wow, just name the card. Oh man, he's really good at this game. Man, he doesn't cast Memory Douche, he just draws those cards from the top. Alright, still. We will try to make it work. We kill Junji. Man, I think this is a really good play. So we kill it. Unfortunately, we double spell. And I think we have the Investigator, right? I wish we could Junji into Junji, but it has to be non-dragon. Let's go for Hostile Investigator. Provides a lot of pressure, gets us card advantage, and we'll get even more card. Man, we are literally outvaluing full Memory Douche deck. And we are getting actually way more value than this guy gets. We will draw all of the cards. Sacrifice a Planeswalker. Listen, we are pressuring like a champion here. Like, oh, I think we actually will go with the Might. I think it's way more important. I think I double spelled, right? which is unfortunate, but at least he cannot cycle cards, but the life gain is still extremely good, especially if he wants to pass the turn, so he will get 2 extra life that forces us to fight for value again and not just raise him. Really? I mean, he can literally pass the turn for the same effect. So he really needs to be desperate for some value quickly. I mean, I'll get my stuff. I'll get... So if they cast Farewell for some reason, Sunfall. Alright. That is acceptable. I will try to pressure a little bit. We need to keep him at bay. Sure, that is an incredibly nice way to pressure this guy. Alright, Field of Ruin. Then we go Sheoldred for extra pressure. And I think that's it. We'll just try to go with the mites. Like, we need to keep the pressure at all time, and every time he draws cards right now. With Memordush he can get a lot of cards, but he has only 2 mana. So after this, yeah, I think he's a little bit desperate right now. Especially if he wants to activate this, right? Because we can threaten 2 mites and the Sheoldred. So this is like, yeah, I think we have them. I think we have our claws around his neck and he is not coming back. Man, double Memordush, all the counter spells, and we literally outvalue the control deck. I mean, that's mono black for you. I hope you guys enjoyed. Alright guys, this is a pretty decent hand, however we don't have third land for Liliana, and we really need her. We need both Liliana and Hostile Investigator to get our card advantage. We are against the red deck with Jace. I know you've never seen this one, so we need to be, you know, cautious. This is extremely good that we drew this round. That means we can kill whatever they play, and then possibly Liliana the rest. Still, it won't be an easy game, because against Mono Red it never is. Oh boy, this is a perfect Liliana hit, right? But she might get better later. Let's kill it, so we can, you know, keep up the tempo. You don't really want to waste turns on them, unless you really have to. We have only 5 cards for after we play Liliana, so this card, like each one of those cards is great. Liliana is absolutely, you know, not great here. So I think we'll go for the throat, then Liliana, and then if they want to kill her, they need another creature. Alright, that's fine. That is absolutely fine, my friend. Alright, so, which one do we kill? Is that even a difference? Probably not. And that's why you kinda need the tempo, right? We will use, you know, Virtue of Persistence, don't you worry. We could start getting the value from Hostile Investigator, which is really sweet, man. Like, this is huge. With this, we never, I need to be respectable. If we go with Hostile Investigator, like, it can die to Lightning Strike very easily, it taxes his mana, but Liliana might be so much better, man. I really think Liliana is just better because we have guaranteed at least 1/1 and mitigation of a lot of damage. If I didn't draw the second one, I would consider playing differently. This can trigger once a turn, so you know, we are not getting 2 cards, but even one of them should be enough. Don't forget we have Virtue of Persistence, so we have a lot of life. Very, very cool. So if we play this, they kill it in response probably. I don't really want to plus Liliana, my cards are great. Let's go. With Junji we should be able to get solid value, one way or the other. And they might not realize the interaction. They need to kill it now, before they discard. Let's see if they know how it works. And they still need to go 2/1. Good for them. They had the perfect response, and they knew how to use it, so good for them, good for them. Play with fire on Liliana, sure.
Sorry,
so I could pass the turn, but don't forget, even though they used it, look, they just used 3 cards. That's a lot. They went from 5 to 2, and that's how you drain them out of power, and my number didn't change, you know? Well, well, well. Well, 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 well. I mean, this is as good Liliana hit as we will get. Of course it's a goblin, right? The Codebreaker.
Off you go.
Here we go. They might kill Liliana potentially, but then we play Junji, and the problem is that our Hostile Investigator was not exiled. Alright, do we discard a card? I could go for Deadly Cover-Up. I really think this is a good deal. Not only it allows the removal with Liliana, and they need to go through Junji, but also Deadly Cover-Up is a bit overdue. Like, we will try to keep them at very low cards. Well, this is the best card probably they have, especially with Scam. So my guess is that they have double monsters, right? Whenever you see the best card of their deck discarded, it means they probably have two of them. So we could just kill this, or we can play Junji and just block, get Hostile Investigator. Which one is better? I think we go with Junji, right? How much does it give? It's a 4-3, so it's not enough. They need more. And killing Mono Red with Junji, the Midnight Sky, is something to live for. And I love this card so much. I am sad that we didn't sit more. I cannot block, right? They still scoop, man. I love when they make their play, then the play, you know, goes up and they realize, oh, it doesn't change anything, I'm scooping. Alright, that was an interesting game, and Junji won the game. Alright, we're going first. I take it. Even so, our curve is a little bit slow. We don't have Liliana, we don't have Arena, we don't have 3 drops. However, because we're on the play, Hostile Investigator should do the trick. Let's see if the next card is an island. Oh, it's Azorius. That's what I thought. This is one of the biggest decisions of this game. I can go Trespasser, but it's not good enough. We're going Roche, and we go for Liliana. Oh my god, they didn't have this? And they actually didn't have normal eyes. I guess we are on our killing spree on Azorius control. And I want to make sure that I resolve every Investigator, because even if they kill it instantly, they still lose 2-for-1 every time we cast this, and we play a lot of those for a reason. Then we can, you know, nuke them with some Trespassers. It's not like they will have, you know, a flanker for 3 mana, right? They don't play creatures, right? Right? What a madman. Alright, you got it, you got it. Fair. 3 mana, let's sit. Well, I'm not sure what they have for oh, Jace, right? Yep. Correct. Let's see, I think they will draw a card. Yep, I would draw a card in this situation as well. Now, unfortunately, we missed 2 lands from the top, which is absolutely... like, we really wanted those cards. But what can you do? Let's go for Ezreal. Our opponent gave us a creature in his graveyard, so we don't gimp ourselves by losing our graveyard. So it's fine. Emperor Time, potentially. Hurts. Graveyard is probably the least fun card for Jace to ever minus, because they need to discard a card just for, you know, temporary power. So it's really not great. Do you think they will Emperor? I mean, if they do, it will cost them a lot of cards. I think this is an Emperor, but we still go with it. Do I want to... I like Junji in my graveyards. I really like the card. Let's just submit 1. Especially that he's nowhere close to being dead, and he won't be dead for 5 turns from damage, so it shouldn't matter. Emperor? Man, if that's a normal remove... man, this is really good. This is devastating to their hand. That also means they are fully tapped and we can go for a Hostile Investigator. And, I mean, listen, the value is stacking. I tell you, man, we keep outvaluing Azorius control with this deck. That's crazy. And I'm so happy I included Cavern of Souls, because this was actually the last change of the deck. I originally wanted Blast Zone, and I thought, man, we have so many good cards like Hostile Investigator that absolutely forces so much value against control if we can make it uncounterable. Also Junji, like you can play Junji and now they need to kill it. Yeah, this is a little bit easier to disable with Jace, but we still have map tokens, you know? Let's sit. By the way, if we play this, we get double clue. This is really nice. I want to get rid of Jace. Listen, I'm going with this. Give me my value. I'm sure he won't farewell me on the next turn, right? Yep. So he can get cards, but we are getting double clues this turn, and that's a huge deal. But man, they always have those memory deluge, huh? At this point I might even cast Deadly Cover-Up just to get rid of them finally. Of course I could risk hitting Map Token, but I don't really have other good plays, so it's not worth the risk that I won't draw a land and I just basically lose the game, because I lost full turn. And you can see how razor thin this game is right now. Look at those sweet triggers. Oh man, this is the big, you know, the big deal. All right, down to 2, which is nice. I think, man, I tell you, we are just a Zorus killer, man. This is crazy. I didn't expect we'll, you know, destroy them so hard. They are casting Memory Douche and they still have not enough cards. Like, we had 6 cards in total, if we can use them. Alright guys, after the games, you can see that we consistently outvalued control decks with heavy counter spells, Memory Douche, Emperors, all the best stuff. One of the big things was Cavern of Souls, because just, you know, we kinda forced him to never be able to counterspell. However, most of the time, I think, even though we had Caverns, I don't think he had a way to counter anyway, because we tried to play it when this is tapped. This card gets way more value if your opponent doesn't kill it instantly. If the trigger resolves, you get an extra card, and remember it, that's a big deal, especially if you are kind of fighting for every single card against control deck. And I want to, you know, stress, this was the worst case scenario when they drew Memory Douche every time they wanted. Very often they just don't get it, and they're just a normal deck which doesn't really have high value. Then you absolutely murder them, because if you go 3-for-1, it drains cards like crazy. This is one of the reasons we also play Trespasser, because the word discarding a card is extremely annoying, and believe me, I know, as a control player, I absolutely hate this card, just because of how hard to remove it is. You kill it, but at what cost? It feels like a bitter triumph. Alright, that was horrible, but you know, you are used to it by now. Junji the Midnight Sky, something I really cared about. I wanted to make the whole deck basically so we can use this potential. This was originally the reason for Cavern of Souls, even though Hostile Investigator objectively gets more value, because it instantly gets the value. Here they have 1 turn to answer with Sun for something, but I just wanted to use it, and especially if you get this into the reanimation effect on Investigator when they kill it, the value you are getting is insane. Like, I think it's 4-for-1. And this single card can drain their whole hand this way. So of course their placement is Aclazotz, so we can, you know, switch between those if you want. Something that we have to stress out. Well, this rotates out. This is the card that we won't see for a long time, unfortunately, and it's a mythic, so, you know, fair warning, you probably don't want to craft it. You can just go Aclazotz. It also discards, it's a little bit better against Aggro, but it's not a cool dragon, alright? I like this one more. This is my pet card since years, but it's very hard to use. But in this deck it feels that it's working very well. We have enough extremely strong creatures that are not dragons to just get always some value. We play like 12 creatures and each one of them is insanely strong. Trespassers, Investigators, Sheoldred, every card works in a different way, but they are all extremely strong. Also with, you know, mono black we have more room for, you know, extra lands. As I mentioned during the games, I went with 1 Blast Zone and I think there's some potential for it, but I never wanted to risk situation when I cannot play Liliana or Arena on turn 3 on curve because of those lands. Mirrex will give you the 3rd black mana for a single turn and that's all you need. So Mirrex actually don't gimp you so much. With 3 lands you generally should never miss the 3-drop. Like 3-drop is extremely important in this kind of situation. And you know, I think that's kinda it. I wanted to, you know, share some thoughts about this deck because I think it's super cool. And yeah, discarding cards from your opponent is actually super fun. Especially that you can even discard from mono red, because both Liliana and Investigator and Trespasser are very cheap, so it means that you just play them on curve and they naturally discard cards for, you know, very cheap cost. Especially if you have Investigator Liliana, you can trigger the clue every single turn, which sooner or later matters, because you never run out of gas. So very cool synergies all around, a lot of removal, and Arena is here just to refill, but I think with Investigators you can try to go without Arena. Maybe you can play Avarice, or maybe you can just go more mid-range and just, you know, add some pressure for Liliana, maybe some for this rotations, Sorin or something, but you know, maybe that's the play. I went with Arena because I'm used to this style and it works for me pretty well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment. I really want to know what you think about it. I had a blast today, and well, this is probably the best case for this card. Like, we had a lot of fun discarding our opponent's cards, and they were nice enough to keep them coming forever, so we always have the target. So I hope you had a great fun. See you guys tomorrow, and thank you for watching.